I'm working on a small project here in the Smart Wood Shop of remounting the R8 casters on the first Polk Smart Cart 2 built from the plans. And I'm moving the mounting down 3 millimeters. The holes from the previous ones will interfere with the holes for the new mounting location. I went ahead and got the other side, the casters off the whole thing, and I patched the holes on the other side, which is necessary to re-drill the new holes. And I got to thinking, well, let me show you what I'm doing, because whether you have to do this or you have just any other project where you have to remount something and it's going to be so close to the hole and it just frustrates you. You know how this happens. Door hinges, things like that. So I'll show you how I'm doing this. It's pretty simple, but who knows? Maybe there'll be somebody out there that this will help. In a previous video, I showed you how I made these little sticks of all different dimensions as far as how, you know, 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 using the grippers. Today I'm going to show you where these come in really handy. I made a whole bunch of different sizes, and then I used a rubber. I cut them to just a length that I could store, put a rubber band around them, and now I have all of these different thicknesses so that I can use them to patch holes. And they don't need to be round. I'm going to tap them into there, and they're going to be recessed on this side, and I don't want to just pre-cut them to the exact length. I want to tap them in and cut them. So I'm going to tap them in from the inside until they're flush to where I want them, and then I'm going to cut them off on the inside using a little pull saw. So first thing, a little glue. And I'm just taking my finger, my thumb, and pushing it up to that hole, and I'm tapping it in until I feel it. Okay, I just felt it, flushing the saw right to the surface. And this one's long enough to go ahead and do the next one. Now I'll do these two real quick, and then I'll show you the next part. I want to plug the countersink holes as well. First off, I used a 1-inch bit to make that. So I've taken a hole saw and measured the inside of the cut, because that's what I need, the plug, and that's 1 inch. Taking just a piece of solid wood. I could pull that off with my fingers, but it gets really hot and it'll burn you. It'll even give you a blister. The reason I'm flipping it over is when you get a little cleaner cut cutting on both sides, but mainly the plug doesn't get all the way down in the bit and then I have to take it apart. I'm going to do the same thing as before, put a little glue on this plug. Nice and flush. I'm going to do that 4 times. I can use the same plug again. And I'm gluing the sides, but also the back on this one. More glue surface there. It would pull right out. I'm holding pressure with my thumb to keep it in place. Final step, I'm going to go ahead and use wood filler. Fill in the 1/4 inch hole all the way down, and then the surface, overfill it a little bit. And then I've already done that on the other side. I'm going to let everything dry up, and sand it. So if you ever drill a hole in the wrong place or the wrong size, just take a minute, patch it, get it all ready to go, and give yourself a second chance. But more than likely, you're going to find that when you're working on an older home, particularly doors where the hinges are just shaking around and the screws don't hold anymore, that just this little plug with some glue and let it set up, you'll get a fresh door jamb to put the new screws into. Here I'm lowering the casters 3 millimeters. So I've got the holes in the plans laid out for 43 millimeters and I'm moving them down to 46. It's pretty minor, but I found when I actually mounted the wheels, they were just slightly not touching the ground. And so this is going to get them so that they're touching firmly. Gives me basically 3 millimeters more of lift when they're extended, and it may not make a difference, but I found that out in assembling, and I just wanted to, you know, keep going with it even though they're finished and finaled. It's one of those details that I'm just pecking away at it, and if it makes a difference, then I'll update the plans. And if I do and you want to move your casters, then you know exactly how to do it. If you like these carpentry tips, there's a great way that you can support the channel at no cost to yourself. Is to give that thumbs up button a poke. Also a comment about any other things you may want to see or what you think about this one. Or maybe you've got a better way of doing it that'll help the entire Smart Woodshop fam. The other thing you can do at no cost to yourself is to subscribe and ring the bell. That does two things. One is it helps us with the algorithm with Google, and they'll share it with more people, the more people that subscribe. Ringing the bell will let you know when I put up a new video. If you don't, then it's hit or miss whether it comes up in your feed. It depends on the other things you're doing. But the bell, you're saying, hey, I want to know when this channel puts up a new video. Hey, if you want to get a set of plans to build a Polk Smart Cart 2 for yourself, one of the workbenches, or the Smart Woodshop, any of the accessories that work with the system, and that's right, the Smart Woodshop is an end-to-end system for working woodworkers and carpenters. I'll put a link in the description of this video down below that you can go to purchase plans and download them instantaneously 24/7, 365. Mahalo.